Acolytes, will Hollywood wokeness end? Well, if they don't get money, yes. If they continue getting money for this crap, then no. This is my answer to that. Let's see what Albeleo has to say about it. Because hey, why not?
So last week I reviewed two movies that were both woke crap, those being Cleaner and Mickey 17. Both sucked despite the latter having some elements I enjoyed, but both are still a mess of tropes, bad...
By the way, just because a movie sucks basically doesn't mean you won't have anything you can enjoy on it. That's normal. Exceptions make the rule,
writing
after all.
and blunt politics. That got me thinking. As the political climate is more charged up than Pikachu on Red Bull because the corporate narrative has literally been about calling everyone who disagrees with it every phobic ist and ism they can make up, how much longer can this go on? Will woke...
As I said, it depends. I don't think that it's gonna go too long. I assume about maybe 10 years before it dies out. But that's just my assumption. At the end of the day, money decides, and, well, how politically acceptable it is. And by the way, acolytes, I just want it to die as soon as possible. But the pendulum swings on the other side, and I'm quite happy about it. So, yeah.
Die? The short answer is no, or at least not anytime soon. This is because you cannot kill an idea in the same way you cannot abolish evil. Even if by some miracle it was erased from the earth, someone will eventually push the extremes enough to reach the same conclusions. This has been, until recently, the popular and growing narrative. The thing people say is happening isn't happening. Until it happens again, at which point it hardly ever happens. Until it happens enough, the corporate zealots say it happens all the time, and you only hate it because you are whatever phobic ist or ism they happen to pull out of their asses that day. This cultural transformation has been happening for decades. Razorfist has a great video on this if you want to check that out. But we don't even have to go that far back necessarily.
And yes, he's correct about it. This takes years. That's why, even though we're regenerating and the pendulum is swinging back, it still takes years before we actually get somewhere.
To identify the radical short-term gains of these freaks. In 2009, DEI was signed into law in the...
I already like him. He calls them freaks. Perfect.
State of California, which means many people who agree with the cult were already in positions of political power long before this crap was pushed through. Regardless, this new knee on the neck meant everyone was forced to capitulate, or else. How do you think the incestuous relationship of games media was exposed as heavily as it was with Gamergate? Have you ever wondered how it could be so many AAA companies, game journalist organizations, the corporate media, and even the federal government cracked down on anyone who dared oppose them with such precision and coordination? It's because for 5 years prior, the majority of people who disagreed with the indoctrination either kept their heads down or were replaced. This cult of personality has...
It's always the same. It's always exactly the same. And yeah, then it happens, and a lot of other people keep their heads down, and then a lot of other people keep their heads down. Then it goes farther, and then everybody's on it. Damn, dogs. The dogs of war are on it again, for F's sake. Well, this is what it is.
Infected just about every aspect of our lives. Art, media, politics, academia, business, even sports, all have been infected to the point people actually believe fixing the climate means firebombing electric vehicles and that biology doesn't matter, so men and women...
This case was so disgusting. This was... If you don't know what this was a thing where a schoolgirl was uncomfortable because a boy... Yes, this is actually a relatively correct depiction of it. The girls were forced to undress in front of, well, all those people, and got basically sexually, well, harassed. Just so this guy can, well, the boy can feel good about himself. It's sick.
and
it's
are
sick.
indistinguishable from each other. Yeah, way to reduce women to nothing by saying
Yeah.
they're just the way they dress up and,
Yep.
and put on makeup. Sorry,
Fair
but
enough.
thinking Ronda Rousey is no different from Overeem is a psychotic take. And if you
Yep, it is.
disagree, then we get
He's
to
correct.
say Rihanna just doesn't know how to bob and weave. To them, our refusal to accept such extremes justifies their vindication that all resistance must be trodden upon. To accomplish this, DEI isn't enough because it only strikes businesses. So in order to attack the heart of culture, it must evolve. You see, DEI
Yeah, by the way, he goes a bit overboard, or calling those people psychotic, because you have to realize one thing: those people are indoctrinated. Those that are indoctrinated, they are done. Those are psychotic, and some of them just got so much fear in them, just got so often bullied about it, that they just do what they are said. That's all. And we always have to, well, look forward that those two groups get separated to a certain degree. Of course, it's nice to call them names, because in the end of the day, they still did their mistakes, and they should be punished for it, in my opinion. But still, for some of them, there is still a chance that they get normal, and those should get a second chance. The other ones, those are the freaks. Just let them be. Just
and its numerous strains are basically top-down oppression or leverage against something, in particular businesses. This is why ESG scores, or economic and social governance scores, have companies by the balls, which is
I didn't know those
ironically
exist.
crony capitalism, the very corrupt union of government oppression and economic leverage communists claim to hate, but are too retarded to understand because they have no concept of self-reflection.
Yes.
Anyway, you either submit to the diversity quotas, or your tax benefits, loans, and many other tools of business will be reduced or outright denied. The silver lining about this approach, as I said, is that DEI is limited to the place of business. Now, this is where Bridge, the next evolution of DEI, comes.
No, DEI isn't begrenzt in the place of business. No, it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. It's in the private sector, it's in businesses, it's politics, it's in games, it's everywhere. So I disagree on this point.
Comes in. To preface, there's a VTuber named Kirsha who's been sounding this alarm like blowing the horn of Helm's Deep. Every time someone is wrong about a DEI department shutting down, I put a quarter in the Kirsha was right jar, which sits proudly next to the Alex Jones one. So all credit for me, and I'm sure many people's knowledge of Bridge, goes to Kirsha. Go check her out, she's awesome. And if by chance she does happen to see this video, please, if I am wrong, correct me. Anyway, to oversimplify...
Wait, Kirsha? Isn't it VTuber called Kirsche? Set a previous video, future playlist, social media, bam. Let's just see Kirsche, Kirsha. Let's just maybe Kirsha. Kirsche. VTuber, there we have it. Okay. He didn't say it correctly. Yes, it's Kirsche. I don't remember what Kirsche means, and just for you, I collected just see English to Kirsche. Oops. Kirsche. Cherry. Yes. Simple as that. I ain't gonna need this anyway. So just do this one.
Bridge, as I explained, DEI is the top-down oppression of business. Bridge is the integration into the home. It's designed to seek out and remove all dissent in the workplace.
Oh, this is a good comparison. Sorry, Akhlais, because no, it's not just business, it's everything. It's like a religion. Literally the same mechanics behind it as a religion.
To the point you will take it home with you so you can think about what you've done.
Correctly.
It's in the mission statement on the main website wearebridge.com, people. Quote, "We identify, dismantle, and rethink the structures in place that currently contribute to the gap in belonging, representation, inclusion, diversity, and equity. They are literally saying, if you disagree with us, you will be sought out, and if you refuse to submit to whatever training program they put you through, you will be removed, and or the company will be completely changed to accommodate the cult's ideology. This is literally the wrong think is illegal Big Brother crap from 1984. This is why any arguments against movies, shows, anime, video games, music, you name it, as irrelevant or unimportant to culture and politics are dead wrong. This is why individuals like Gavin McInnes saying entertainment doesn't matter, or the Daily Wire disregarding anime and video games, are wrong. Corruption was exposed in Gamergate, and it was us, the people, who were attacked for it. This is why corporate media lashed out as hard as it did and continues to vilify and lie about what happened by attacking the avenues that we enjoy. This is why the Democratic elite, the rhinos, globalists, and all the other communists need this artificial division. Without everyone at each other's throats, there are no problems. And if there are no problems, there's no money. This is the reason for the excessive contention and why the backlash is so great. Hell, this is why Western consumers figuratively journeyed to the East, because Japan, in particular, continues to generate hopeful, faithful, and traditional stories of encouragement, strength, sacrifice, motherhood, and many more uplifting traits that are largely absent in the West right now. And when they are shown, look at how the...
And don't forget, anime tatas. Very important.
Corporate media reacts. Sound of Freedom comes to mind. That came out a few years ago, based on a real story about child trafficking with some fictional elements. Regardless, it displays elements of true masculinity, such as duty, perseverance, strength, redemption, and sacrifice. But the woke corporate media demonized it. A movie about heroes trying to save children from pedophiles. When I or anyone else tells you you don't hate corporate media enough, it's true. Hence why the woke cult ideology is desperate to survive by any means necessary, and as I described with Bridge, it will infect our homes in order to do so. The groundwork has already been laid. How many of us know or have family members, friends, co-workers, or anyone else who vehemently disagrees with you to the point of frothing anger because Doge already saved more money for the people of America than the government sent to Ukraine? And
yes, this is so... I could tell you stories, but it's not here or there right now. You know what? One story. A friend of mine got a girlfriend. Now, acolytes, I am from Poland. A Polish Lich. Yes, kurwa. Don't worry about it. And the thing is, I made a nice little joke where me and my best friend, or my buddy, they just he's just like, yeah, some we make those types of jokes all the time. My favorite joke was always, and that he finds funny always, I don't know why, by the way, is halb neun in Deutschland, wo ist mein Knoppers? That's 9:30 in Germany, where is my Knoppers? You don't have to understand it, just. And his, well, now ex, told me, you racist pig, how could you, why would you say something like that? And I told her, shut up, I am a Polish guy, if I can't make those jokes, who can? And she was, good. You know what happened? Not even 5 minutes after this, my dude, my guy said, okay, bitch, fuck off. No, if you can't, let me just, if you don't like him, then you won't like me, because we are each other's reflections in behavior. We like the same things, we think very similarly, so there is definitively a disconnect there. Simple as that.
As the woke mind virus continues to infect people, Hollywood will also vomit up such refuse, propagating these vile ideas in order to change the culture, like The Acolyte, Cleaner, Mickey 17, This Book is Gay, Genderqueer, and so much more. Now, I have faith this sociopathic cult will be defeated in the long run. Regardless of the approach, their ideas are still fundamentally bad. Oppression and suppression of others' thoughts and beliefs, excessive centralization of government power, burning down cities because of repeated lies, dismissing the rape and murder of women across the country by gang members they welcomed in with open arms, whatever. People are fed up with this shit, and that's why MAGA, the people, won. We voted in a Democrat, okay? Trump is an old school 80s, 90s social democrat with conservative economic policies. I know what I voted for, and MAGA represents this. People who actually put aside our differences in order to fix the country and work towards actual progress. Crazy how democracy worked and now it's considered a problem, huh? This is the reason why we cannot rest. While its roots go deep, wokeness is losing ground, and until...
Acolytes, no matter what, you cannot rest. You rest when you... Well... when there is a permanent end to your life, then you can rest. And if I don't get a hold of your soul and body, then you can rest. Before that, no. There is always something to fight. Always. Non-stop. You still have to take breaks from time to time, but after you took the break, you continue fighting.
Until the culture shifts back to mental stability, we cannot give up. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Don't just be good at what you do. Be better. Be the video game designer you wish Ubisoft could. Be the comic writer you wish Marvel or DC would be. Collaborate with others and create what the people truly desire. Be the cultural change you want to see. And in time, the world will heal. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next...
Good man. Good man. Very good arguments, by the way. Very fair. Huh. I'm quite surprised it's only 24, okay. I mean, for F's sake, the comments and... okay, this is... I see you, traitor. I see you. No, of course not. Sure. Shadow Master, thank you for showing me this video. The last one of this guy, I just... well, didn't have the time to do, but now I actually regret it because he's quite smart. Really good stuff here. Thank you for that one. But as it is, Acolytes, I think that's all for now. Good night.